What's going on, guys? It just exited out, so this is like now was a few minutes into the video, and now I have to start again. Thankfully, I didn't start casting. We're gonna start again. Excuse that. Those are masks. Those are also masks right there. Everything is backwards. Excuse my face. It looks extra pixely today. I don't know why. Maybe I need to use more foundation, or maybe I should start using foundation to begin with. Today I'm going to be showing you slush casting of Johnny 3TS Notes from the Underground mask, and I'll be explaining how I started making masks, what I started using, and all of that good stuff, who were my teachers and who I learned from, and yeah. By the way, this is going to have chainmail on it. Ha 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 ha. I'll be the first one to make that, I hope. Alright, so I've got 2 resins. I hope I don't run out of this one because it kind of spilled. Smooth On Casting Resin 300, you know, like Sparta. Here are the 2 resins. If you mix them, you have a few minutes before they start to cure, and these are used cups, by the way, so it's kind of hard to see. So I'm mixing the 2 resins, A and B, and I really hope the video doesn't stop again because this is about where it stopped last time. These give off weird fumes. I don't like it too much. So you just mix this for a while, usually for about a minute, but obviously I'm not going to do that because we're going to do this 5, so that would be 5 minutes of me just mixing and yammering on, which I'm sure no one wants to watch. So I'll just mix this a little, and when I start pouring and slushing it around, I'll show you guys what it is, and then I'll start my stories. And I'll close this. Gosh darn it. There we go. Okay, it's starting to get hot. So, sorry, that was banana sandwich burp. See? You just pour the resin into the mold. And something a lot of people don't understand about slush casting is, if you're pouring resin in the mold, doesn't it make the whole mold solid and stuff? No. It stays on the walls. It's thick enough that it stays where you pour it, where you slush it around to some extent, so that you can slush it around other places. And it dries solid. Let me get this about done for a second, and then I'll start. Alright. So you can see it's shiny in the mold now. Hold on. Alright, it's shiny in the mold now. That's the resin. And now I'll start my story. I learned about Hollywood Undead from this girl, and at first I thought, what the heck is this crap? Because it didn't sound like Hollywood Undead when she and her friend were singing it to me on the phone. I was like, this doesn't sound good at all. And then one day they sung me No 5, or number 5, in O.5, in O space.5. And I liked it. I said, wow. I went home and I listened to it. I listened to Everywhere I Go, listened to Bullet, and that was pretty depressing. And then one day I wanted a Funny Man Notes from the Underground mask. But it was, when I started listening to them, I had no idea about Danny. I started, you know, like in Swan Songs, I didn't know about any other albums. So it was kind of like I started out like anyone else would, but for 3 months or so I had no idea who Danny was, why Deuce had a gold mask sometimes with a cross on it. And then one day I found out Deuce was kicked out, and I thought, oh, he was recently kicked out? Why? And then I realized, no, he wasn't recently kicked out. He's been kicked out for years. And I know some people think he left, but Deuce he couldn't have benefited any way from him leaving. That's why I know he was kicked out. Also, 6 guys saying he was kicked out versus him complaining about it. But I'm not hating on Deuce. I know it sounds like it. Yeah, I guess it was hating, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of him that much. Still make his masks, though. I have 2 over there, which are for sale, by the way. So I found out about Danny, started listening to all of the other songs, was like, woo, this is great! And then one day I wanted a Funny Man mask from Notes from the Underground, and I started searching on the internet, started looking for luchador masks that would look like it, couldn't find it anywhere, which was really upsetting. So I took some duct tape, I put it on my face right over there in front of that mirror, and I started just piling it on there. And it was purple duct tape with silver for the silver parts. Oh, I have a one I tried a while ago. This is a bad one. A better one is over there with the others. Sorry, I can't point. I have two hands. But wow, I yammer on. Sorry about my coughing, by the way. I don't know. It has nothing to do with this or the fumes. It's just my throat is a bit itchy. I'm doing it on purpose. So I wanted a Funny Man mask, and I couldn't buy it, so I looked everywhere, and I made it out of duct tape, and I thought, ooh, I'll make masks out of duct tape. Someone will want to buy this. No. No one wants a duct tape mask, so I started using plaster strips. That sucked. I wasn't the best at it. So then I started using cloth, and I made cloth masks for a while. And then I started doing slush casting, and then I did vacuum forming, but I still do slush casting and vacuum forming. But who I learned slush casting from was this Russian guy who I found on eBay, and I saw his watermarks on his pictures, and I thought, I wonder what that leads to. So I looked at them, and I went to his website, who I'm not going to say his name or his website, just so you know. And then I found his Facebook. I sent him a friend request, and about a month later he accepted. And I started to talk to him, and he taught me some things about slush casting, how to do it. He wasn't all that helpful, but I still think of him as a teacher, kind of. Even though he turned out to be not very nice. He blocked me, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I started making my own masks. I don't know. But by the way, you can see it's curing. It's starting to turn white. It was all pink in there, but now it's white and getting harder. So I have to stop talking for a second while I pour resin. Okay. I'm not making much progress with my story, but we're almost to slush casting. We are at slush casting. Okay. And then we mix the bubbly. Not bubbly. If you drink this, you will die. Horrible death. What if the blue is A or B? This is part A. Yeah, it's B. Oops. Now you mix it. So I started slush casting. I started with this really bad one. It was like a mold for a Deuce mask, even though I didn't like Deuce. I wanted the disco ball mask, so I made that. And I started selling them. The first one I sold was 20, and then the day before it was bought, I raised it to 30, and I was so excited that I had made $30, and it wasn't that good. And I've started moving up. Now I sell from the $80 to $200 range, or I'm about to. I'm raising prices on my masks because I have been advised to. And I've met some other people who do it. One of my best teachers who really, I mean, the first teacher, he didn't really explain anything about slush casting because what he did was fiberglass, so I guess that's not technically slush casting, so. But, he still helped a little, I guess. I met this other Russian named Sergei Makarov, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name or his surname. And I consider us friends. I don't know if he does, even though he's in Russia and I'm in America. America! Oh, 10 minutes already, and we're hardly done. Jeez. So he started telling me, and it was kind of hard, because sometimes I couldn't understand what he meant, even though he was using English. Sometimes I think the words didn't mean what he wanted, or in the right places. But I got it, I understood, it worked out. I started really just making them, and I started selling them. I started getting noticed, got talked into getting an Instagram. Yes, I said Instagram like that on purpose. It's like when I say Maine, or what's that other thing? Batty. Say John Mayo would say Batty, and that's from Family Guy. But got an Instagram, and I got followers and shout outs from the guy who talked me into it. Now I have almost 1,000, and it's all working out great. He's mad.masks.undead, by the way. You should go follow him, or you could follow me. Undead Props, that's capital U dot capital U undead, capital U in the undead underscore props. And it's props, not masks anymore, because I want to make props for a living, and I plan on doing much more than just masks, hopefully. So yeah, got an Instagram, got eBay, left Etsy, about to go back on eBay. I've been having PayPal problems, but I'm about to start selling on there again. Got a lot of new masks, and I met Jerry Constantine from making masks. I've met this girl named Wolf Bessie, this guy with Cataclysmic Effects from Facebook, who makes plaster masks, and they're really cool. He makes plaster, I make plastic. I met this guy named Evil Jerry from Facebook, with all those Facebook pages, and he's like a celebrity to the Hollywood Undead world. Kinda like Wolf Bessie. He might be more famous, I don't know. I think he might be. I met him at Carolina Rebellion and gave him some masks. I met Hollywood Undead, and that was the highlight of my life. I met them. Evil Jerry took me up to the stand. We waited in line. We got there. They knew Evil Jerry because he had been hanging out with them while they were touring for a few stops. So when we got up there, they all went, "Uh-oh," because because Evil Jerry was there. And then he started unloading my bag, and I thought, oh my gosh, my bag is getting really light, because it was just full of masks that I wanted to get signed, but I didn't plan on getting them signed. And he unloaded every single one onto the table, and I hadn't realized it. And then when he was done, I realized it, and they all signed them. Johnny Three Tears, I shook his hand. Johnny Three Tears, right there. I shook his hand. He said he was a big fan of my work, and he recognized me from Instagram. And after that, I'm not sure what he said. I think a little bug flew in my eye. He recognized me from Instagram. That was awesome. Well, he probably didn't recognize me, just the masks, which was cool. But they signed everyone. They broke the battery holder thing on the strap, which is kind of funny when they were signing it, which I don't mind, because, I mean, they're Hollywood Undead, who cares? But, yeah, and I'm going to be quiet now, because I'm mixing resin again. And you can see it's getting whiter and thicker in there, because I'm slushing it around. I'm moving it like this under the camera. That's what I've been looking at. I keep moving it like this, trying to get it all covered. but a lot slower. It's more like this, but down here. It's really boring kinda to do slush casting, and I never knew it took about 20 minutes until I just started this video. By the way, follow me on Instagram. Follow Evil Jerry and Cataclysmic FX, Wolf Bessie, all that good stuff. And yeah. By the way, Sergey Makarov, or however you say it, is one of the best mask makers ever. You know, that's like a fan. He's really good. I have one. I wanted to buy more, but I didn't. I got it for a birthday present. But it's a J-Dog American Tragedy one. If you want to see it, maybe I'll do a review on it and tell you to buy it. Or you can wait until I make mine, wink wink. I will make one eventually. Which I'll probably be using transfer paper for decal paper. Sergey painted it by hand, I believe. It's really cool that he did that, but I could never do that. I don't have the patience to sit there and do that. So, I don't remember where I left off. Oh yeah, we were at a concert and I met them. It was really cool. Really cool. We got really close to the front of the what's it called? The stage. I was about 15 feet away from them, and Johnny Three Tears pointed at me while he was on stage because I was wearing a light up mask of this one that you'll see in a second, but he couldn't tell it was lit up because A, it wasn't on, and B, it was bright sunlight, and lights don't go too well in sunlight. And we met them. I left shortly after I met them because it wasn't a really good place. When I was at the front of the stage, I could have gotten closer, but there was this bald guy in front of me who grabbed the mask on my face at one point, which was pretty scary because, I mean, when you're wearing a mask with small eye holes, you can't see that much, and when he pulled it over my face, it was kind of panicky. I got kind of panicky because, you know, I couldn't see. He was shorter than me, but more muscular, so I didn't know if he was gonna just beat me up and take it or anything. But and he did end up beating someone up. The guy in front of me caught a drumstick, and he started beating the crap out of him for it, and no one was stopping him. So we just left the front of the stage because I like not being mauled by an idiot. So that was fun. Got kicked in the head by some crowd surfers, or who I was with got kicked. I got trampled. I almost fell over, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" And we all had to try to stand up at the same time. I imagine it would have been funny to watch, but it was not funny to experience. And we just had a fun time. We got sushi later, went back to the hotel with a big headache. It got progressively worse. It was hard to sleep after I met them. Couldn't stop shaking for a minute. My hand was just shaking. Well, not that much. It was, you know, shaking. You know, as any person would if they just met someone very important. And then I got home. I put the masks in a case over there that you can see on my Instagram. Geez, I don't know if I should continue casting in this video because I imagine, yeah, I guess I will, because I want you guys to see the finished product. Pardon me. I think, was that the second or the third? Just the third, I think. I'm certainly not going to go watch this long video just to find out how many it was. I mean, you guys have to watch it. You can leave it in the comments. What cast was that? How many did I pour in it at that point? Oh, dude, I'm not going to be able to get too much out of this one. It's going to crap out soon. And these bottles are expensive. I had a guy message me on Instagram, can you teach me how to make masks? And I just tell them, look up Slush Casting, and he said, well, that's really cool. Are those things expensive? And I said, yeah, they're pretty expensive. Because from when you first start sculpting it, clay that I use is about $20. The plaster is $8. The polyurethane resin is $23. The silicone is $26, I think. And all of the stuff, when it comes down to it, it's almost $100, if not more, when you get to the final product. And if you don't sell them, it's a pretty big waste, because now you have a mold that you would only have once, because if you're not selling it, why would you cast more? By the way, if you ever do this, don't sell your molds. You want to sell casts, not your molds, because then someone can just use your work and they'll make more money. If you ever do sell a mold, make sure it's for some outrageous amount of money, like 500 or something. Because molds they're worth it. You can make products with it, because I can sell a mask for 100 each, and if I charge a mold for give me $50 for it, then you can get about 50 casts out of a mold. You get about 49 after I use it. You'd make some outrageous amount of money with it if you paint it right, which I'm not going to show painting this. I'm going to end it shortly after slush casting is done and I pull it out of the mold. I might make a video about painting the butterfly, because I kind of have an idea for that, but I'm not going to show you painting the whole mask, because this video is getting too long, and I didn't plan on it either, showing you to paint it. In fact, I thought about this sentence for a while. Not this part, though, the explaining part. I am so weird. Oh, darn it. It just spilt out of the mold a bit. It's okay. It's okay. Paint scraper, that'll come off. It's okay. It's okay, babe. Kind of what do sounds like. I don't really know what to talk about now. Do you guys watch PewDiePie? I watch PewDiePie. He's awesome. My favorite thing that he does is prop hunt Trouble in Terrorist Town, TTT, and that 5 stupid things on the internet, or whatever he's calling it now. Oh my gosh, just put present. It's all funny. It's all funny. It's all fun and games until he buys an inflatable. You know, just go watch it, you'll see. I'm not gonna say it. But it's very funny. I watch Cinnamon Toast Ken. He's not quite as funny, but he's from Down Under. Not Down Under, his girlfriend is Down Under. He's from under me. He's like from that's not what I meant, you dirty people. He's from South Carolina, I think. And now I kind of just told you guys where I live. I don't care. I tried watching, what's that Irish guy? Jacksepticeye, which is disgusting. Disgusting name. And he just wasn't very funny. Top of the morning to you laddies! Shut up, Irish man. Shouldn't you have a beer in your hand? I'm sorry. I hope there's no Irish people watching. That wasn't nice, but PewDiePie already made that joke, so it's okay. I can do that too. And it's almost done. I'm gonna do one more. I usually do 5. I don't know if this next one will be 4 or 5, but I'm gonna try to get every last bit of this that I can. So I'm just gonna empty this, because there's not much more in there. Can it reach the mark I usually do? Yes, it just reaches it. and it's going a bit over. Pouring the blue resin in. It's not blue resin, it comes in a blue bottle, it's clear. The other one is yellowish. I used to buy resin that would dry kind of yellowy, and I have no idea what that was. But it was really annoying because I would have to paint everything white. So I would run out of white paint really fast. You know, unless I would, wanted to use a different color base coat or something. Darn it. It's a bit over. Just won't hold it long. Awesome. So I have to be careful with what I do with this because it's the difference between thin walls and perfect walls. I used to use big cups and I would pour in some outrageous amount of resin in at a time. And I like to touch the resin, you know, smooth it out with my finger while it's drying, which is a bad idea. Yeah. You should count how many times I go in the video. I can just imagine this is, you guys are just gonna fast forward through the video and you're gonna stop right here and you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I am so stupid. If my family watches this, I'm pretty sure they already think I'm retarded. Because they're jerks. No, they're not jerks, but, sister calls me retarded all the time. Might be, I don't know. No, I'm not. Shut up. Now I'm just talking to myself like usual. I'm totally kidding. I don't talk to myself. Ever. So this is the final cast. I'll try to show you the resin inside. There, you can see that yellow stuff in there slushing around. That is the resin. And resin is great stuff because it's liquid sometimes, and it dries hard, and it's all good. I'm gonna have to sand the crap out of this thing. I started just making the new mask, which doesn't cover your face too well. You know, it stops right there, and this one covers a lot of your face. So when I casted it for the one at the concert that I wore, what's it called? I was really confused. I forgot that it covered so much, and I thought, wow, this got bigger. My throat is starting to hurt, but it's okay. Is that the 500th time I've said If I can get one more circle out of this, I'm gonna try to hold it up here the rest of the video. Crap. Yeah, oh, duh! Just spilled some resin, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm well on it. You can see it in there, it's running. It's running. So awkward. I'm not even like one of those people that claim to be awkward, but they're really not. Like one of those hot girls that says, I'm just so weird and awkward, and you're like, you're so hot. But that's really what you're thinking. But I'm one of those people who say, I'm awkward, and I really am awkward, like Hitler. Oh. Hitler was awkward, okay? Let's be honest. He was a pretty awkward guy, according to the history books. So now this is drying. Change of subject. It's drying. And by the time I get all of this tape off, leaning back, I look extremely fat. I'm not that fat. Not that fat. No one is going to watch this whole video. It's 29:40. Oh my goodness. 29:45. 29:46. 47. 48. 49. 30. Oh. 30. Come on, 30. Let's go 30. Ooh. And don't cut off right now. Half an hour. Woo! If it cut off right then, that would have been terrible. I didn't know it took so long to be casting. Because on Facebook I tell people, BRB, I'm going to go do some casting. And it's clearly not me being right back. It takes forever. 30 minutes. Covered in tape. Alright, we'll just kind of let this sit for a second. This is the mold. The 3 is hollowed out. Not just in the mold, but in the cast, so that I could put lights in it, not behind it. But nowadays, I like to put them in behind it, and the light shines through, but only with a certain kind of resin that no one knows what I'm talking about. So I'm on the fence if I should make this video called something about slush casting or making a mask and talking about my life story that no one cares about. Oh darn it, I'm gonna try to put this back on. It won't be the same, or have the suction sound, but just me popping it out of the mold. Listen closely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Are you ready to see it? Here it is. Here it is. So that's it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No, that's the inside. This is it. Right here. Yeah, it's white. Most resins are white that I know of. I'm not going to put it on because there's still some wet resin in it, somewhat. Not sure, why not? There, that counts. Thanks for watching me yammer on for half of the video about my story and half of the video about PewDiePie. PewDiePie! And I think I need a handle. What do I do at the end of a video? I'll think about it. I'll have someone help me out. I need a shtick. I need shtick. Whatever that is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, or unsubscribe because this video was way too long and uneventful. You know what? It's long enough. I'm gonna show you guys some other masks. I might as well. Here's what I showed you yesterday. It looks okay, but most of my masks are designed, I make them because I expect you to wear a hood when you wear them. That's why the top of your head can show. But this is the new Danny mask. It's gonna have chainmail. I'll show you Sergey's. I will show you Sergey's. Yes, I will. I'll show you Sergey's. That I will. This is a beautiful little mask right here. Mokrov. There I go. That's so cool. I mean, I know how to make it light up like this, but I don't have any that I've made light up this way. I don't know if I should show you the inside, because then you would be able to figure out if you're like me. I don't mean I'm some smart guy. I mean, I know what circuits and stuff look like, but there's the battery and the switch. You'd be able to see really how to do it, even though it's covered. It's still pretty simple, but it's really cool. It's got all of this detail. It's awesome. Oh yeah, that's not a laser light, by the way. It's just a strong LED. Sorry. Alright, I don't know what else to do. That's about it. Thanks for watching this terrible video. Subscribe because I showed you this that I didn't make. Subscribe because you're awesome. subscribe because it's what you want to do for the children. Thanks for watching, and let's see if I can get this right. Brofist.